Hopefully my ambient noises will be okay. So, as you see, I'm sitting on a pillow, a cushion, and that helps to throw my hips forward, and then my knees open up a little bit more, and I've got my legs crossed. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on your settee, you can lie in your bed, it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're sitting up nice and tall. And today we're going to be doing another hand gesture. This one is Chin Mudra, or Seal of Manifested Consciousness. You're bringing your thumb and your index finger together, the same as we did last week with Chin Mudra. And again, the thumb represents your spirituality, your creator, and your fingers represent you. And it's a meeting of your spiritual and you. Then we're bringing our fingers, instead of being straight out, we're placing them so that they're coming and resting on the palms of our hands, and we're letting them sit down so that they're relaxing down. Now with Chinmaya Mudra, we are working our intercostal muscles, so we're not working like last week we were doing our abdominals. Now we're just working this area up here, so the middle around the chest, under the arms and into the back. And we're again breathing through the nose and out through the nose. So when we breathe out, we pull the stomach in, and then we're just breathing into here. Okay, and that's what we're doing. So that's the breathing, that's the hand gestures. The next thing we're going to do, if you've got can get a pen and maybe a piece of paper that you can keep next to you, so that you can do a little bit of writing at the end. Now the meditation that we're going to do is called Where's My Mind At? And normally I'm saying to you, try and blow all them thoughts away and just focus on your breathing. With this, as well as focusing on your breathing, I'm also going to get you to focus on what's happening in your mind. So our mind disappears, it goes all over the place, it jumps around like a nutter. One minute we'll be talking about something and a smell will catch you and it'll take you to a holiday in Benidorm 3 years ago. It'll then, from there, you'll go into talking about your friend Susan. Then from Susan, you'll go into something you were doing at school 100 years ago. Then it'll go into something that's going to happen in a week's time. Then it'll go somewhere else. And then eventually, when you eventually get there, you'll think, how did I get to that point? And you've forgotten how you got there and what it started with. So learning to see where our mind goes is a brilliant thing to do. So with this, what I'm going to get you to do is to start labelling, as opposed to just labelling it thought, like we did last week. We're going to start labelling it future, past, present or future. So if it's something that we did when we were at school 20 years ago, then we'll label that school 20 years ago. Past. Sorry, not 20 years. School past. Then say the next thought might be that you've got to do the shopping later on. So it'll be future house. If it's something that you're doing now, so you start thinking, oh, my legs are hurting. Oh, I don't like this position. What's she saying there? Then it's present now. So working out where we are, what we're thinking about, and where it is in the future, in the past, or the present. So we're kind of working that out. Now, there's a few things that I've been doing a few courses. So when we start to think about depression, think about our past, that tends to have a link with depression. And then thinking about our future has a link towards anxiety. And for 47% of our time, our brain is not in the present. It's somewhere else. It's floating in the past or the future. It's doing loads of different things. So basically, we are only 53% of the time, we are actually in this present moment. And mindfulness reduces depression, insomnia, anxiety, stress, mood disturbances, addictive behaviour and chronic pain. And mindfulness increases our decision making, our concentration, attention, creativity and our emotions. So it's all good to have these things here. And it's kind of like an ABC. A is for awareness. B is for just being. So it doesn't matter what you're thinking or how you're feeling, it's just being there. And C is for seeing and responding wisely. So if you can take the time to realise that them thoughts are just thoughts, that you can just be thankful that it's just a thought, it's nothing more. Don't criticise yourself, but then with that thought, see what you can do. So if it's a case of you're going to a meeting, you're going to be meeting someone, and you're having all these thoughts going about, I'm going to say this, he's going to say that, she's going to say this, and it becomes an argument in your head, then just being able to see that that is just thought, it's not reality, and you can just let yourself go. You'll be able to go into them meetings feeling a lot better about yourself. So now I've done all my talking, we can now get into some practice. So we bring our two fingers together, and then we bring our fingers so they touch our palms and place them down. We're rolling our shoulders back. We're going to breathe out, trying to empty the lungs, pulling in that stomach. Then we're just breathing in to the chest and out to the chest. We can still do that counting. So we breathe in 1, we breathe out 2. We breathe in 3, we breathe out 4. We're trying to breathe in, into the back, into the chest, into the under the arms. Breathing out 6. Breathe in 7. Breathe out 8. Breathe in 9. Breathe out 10. And then we're going to start again from 1. But now we're going to start to think about our breathing. So I'm going to be quiet and just breathe. I want you just to breathe in. Any thoughts come in, remember to label them past or future or present. And then when we finish, you can always write them down. So that's why we have the pen beside us. So here we go. Let's breathe out. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, lifting our arms up. In through the nose, filling the whole of the lungs. And as we breathe out through the nose, bringing the air out. Again, breathing in. And breathing out. And our last one. Breathing in. Bring the hands together. And breathe out. So thank you for joining me for our 10 minutes of breathing technique. If you can, try and write down everything that you thought. So any of them thoughts that come into your head, grab a piece of paper and just write down. And it gives you a nice idea of what's happening in the mind and where the mind goes. And then once we start knowing where it goes and what it does, we can then start to control it and stop letting it go off on its own little mad mystery tour. Because our mind can be our worst enemy. It can make us feel really bad, and the thoughts pop into our head sometimes, and they can be quite horrible. And our thoughts kind of like, oh, why did I think about that? And it's just a thought. But it does then make us kind of wonder why that thought jumped into our head. So we've got to learn to control it. One of the ways that I like to think about our thoughts and our good angel and bad angel is whenever we're walking through a swinging door, if you walk through a door and you look behind and you catch someone just slightly further down, the brain, you'll hear two thoughts. One will go, oh, I haven't got time, and let the door go. There'll be a very quiet little voice that will go, hold the door. And most of the time we listen to the big shouty voice that's going, no, I haven't got time. My time's more important than that person behind. But like I say, sometimes if you just listen to that good voice that says, hold the door, and you hold it for that person, that passes on a good vibration, a good connection. So then hopefully that person will then do something nice for somebody else, who will then do something nice for somebody else. But the same way that niceness goes on, if you let the door swing shut, then that person then will pass that horribleness on to somebody else and think, well, that person wasn't nice to me, why should I be nice to the next person? So if we can pass on good vibes, it'll be much better than passing on bad vibes. So again, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, Pam. Give me a shout, let me know it is you, because I'm not too sure who it is. Could be letting anybody in. So take care, and hopefully I will see you soon. So, bye-bye.